What the fuck is this? I just buy some utilities. I am actually not 11th grade. I'm not an 11th grader, but alright, let's wear a pants so we'll be professional for this video for once, and it look quite unpleasant without pants. So cover your eyes, please, children, when you're watching this video. And by the way, why would children watch my video? For what reason? You were traumatized as a kid. Ah, well, you are going to be traumatized now. I just buy a book. This is how to communicate. This is very good shit, man. Alright. Shall we wear a shirt? No. Alright. I'll do this shit with no script, brother. So wish me luck. Wish me luck, brother. I just have done jacking my dick up. Yes, you have heard that right. I have completely masturbated, and this is my post-ejaculation, what do you call it, speech. Yes. Well, how do we get here? How did we get here? How am I sitting here as a post-ejaculated man wearing no shirt and standing here making a speech about a subject that I don't even plan beforehand, that I don't even have a script? I'm just yapping right here to buy me more time to think about what I'm going to talk later, but not really at the same time, because shit should come up at my mind whenever it needed. I don't really find anything, but you think I'm that intelligent, maybe, but I am. Well, I was about to say, like, I'm gonna make you think that I'm not intelligent, but I am actually intelligent. So you are completely fool. You are completely dumbfounded. If I were intelligent, which I am. But no, I'm not gonna go deep into that subject, because we're not gonna go up line, which we already are off the line. Alright. So let's start from the beginning. When I was a child, start from there, right? Yes. When I was a child, I was teach to be a great human being. I was teach to be kind to everyone, and I am still kind to everyone, my friend. And then something happened when I reached secondary school. I think that is out of my control. My mom's. I don't go into much depth, but I'm just gonna say that my mom's is in depth, and I have to move house to my grandparent house. Yes, and what's the problem? My grandparents' house is 16 kilometers from school, so I have to travel 16 kilometers from school to get to school and to go back to home more close. Yes, so I was quite depressed. You might have you know assume, because it's quite a long distance to travel, and it is out of my control that all of this happened, because to my mind as a child, I did nothing wrong, and the world is punishing me for it. Wow. So is this the point of the story where I gonna switch up and oh I hate this shit. I wanna be a villain. I am villain. But I love this post by the way. Roasting he Eisen. And no, I do not in fact be a villain. I don't think like that. In fact, I watched many documentary about huge people and how badass they are. Like as a kid, I always watch the positive side of things. I watched how I don't know Bill Gates is so rich, and it's a fascinating story. But I didn't discover the dark side. You know, to every right side, there's gonna be a dark side of thing, and you need to have both to balance it out. Uh, to I, to me at that time, I didn't realize that all those billionaires are so good. I must look up to them. No, not all of the time. Does not mean that they are completely, a god. They don't do nothing wrong. This is completely false. But as the kid that I was, I believe so, and I look up to them. And yes, throughout my life, I've been striving for control. As a kid, I was only pushed to study harder. I was never, inspired. I was never really, told by my parents, except for myself. I am the one who searched into the internet. I am the one who discovered those billionaires. I am the one to find my own path. And I look at that story and I got to choose to myself, are they right or are they wrong? Most of the time, both. Yes, to people in society, either you are gonna be right or you're gonna be wrong. There's a percentage. If there you more than 60 percentage on right or wrong, people gonna look at you differently. If you are a famous person on the internet, maybe influencer, and you get to some drama, and it's very conflicting, but you are like 60% wrong in that shit. You're starting to feel the pressure. You're starting to understand. Yeah, yes. In any conflict, there is two sides. Well, not. Most of the time, most of the time in conflict, there's two sides. A person that is right and a person that is wrong. Yes. And depends on what side you are on. You're gonna see things differently. But I realize through my own eyes that even the right have some wrong. Even in the wrong, they have some right. Like yin and yang, there may be little, but there is something. And we need to look in those things because it is how I live through life. Because as I told you earlier, my parents doesn't taught me anything like they just tell me to be kind, tell me to yes, yeah, we get it, we understand, bro. My mom's a hard worker, but she complains a lot. My dad doesn't support my family. I will not go into depth in that. So I mean, like I can look at my mom and be inspired, but my own mom tell me like, son, please don't get into my profession. It is suck. The money fucking sucks. Please be something different. And yeah, I find that different, my friend. And throughout life, I am kind. I usually don't do anything wrong. So, I am too kind. And I'm starting to see things that I don't want to see. I was powerless many times because I don't got a strong moral compass. I was always trying to be kind, to give, but that is not the person I want to become. Why don't I just become a monk that tries to help everyone, that give his life away for everyone? Because even through that route, I see in myself that I don't got the potential. Why? People say kindness is free. No, in some cases, kindness is very not free. Well, let me take an example for you. When you want to help the person sitting next to you how to do a math problem, that's being kind, right? But you need to actually be educated on that topic. You actually need to know how to solve it, and you actually need know how to communicate good enough for the other person to understand. So, what is the lesson? Kindness is not free. It requires something inside of you, which it is called power. And I realized that through all the tragic events that happens in my life, which is not very tragic because I was just thinking differently. Well, I just gonna cut the crap and I tell you what happened. I was in love with a girl when I was in eighth grade. Eighth grade, yes. And all in my mind at the time, I was thinking like, all girls are the same. They are female. Okay, I get the understanding of them, general understanding, and if I do something good, they will give me back it. But at the time, I was pretty delusional because I was a shy kid. I don't talk to anyone. I don't open myself to anyone because the drama that I have, the trauma that I have. Because I've been through a lot, so I don't very connect with people well. So it is all in my mind that you know sometimes I look at her and mm, I just hope that she can see my gaze at her and just ultimately know what I have for her. Yes, and I tell my friends about it. It gives me more opportunities. At any chance, I would try to help her, but it doesn't come in a while because she doesn't even speak with me. I only remember she spoke with me one time, and it's for asking me for a fucking badminton racket, which I pretend to be cool and no, I will not let you borrow my badminton racket because I don't have a spare one, so you can have my friends. That's completely reasonable. Well, cut the crap. Um, I thought she I think that I thought like if I just imagine myself hard enough, she would somehow like me back. Because I was devastated at the time, traveling 16 kilometers to school. So I think loving her is the right decision to help me brighten up my life. So I have actually motivation to go to school instead of killing myself. So now, to my eyes, she was God. She was everything that I strived for. Until one day, it was a subject, and I was locking her way with my fat ass. At the time, I was very fat. I'm not fat now. Shut up, bro. Stop flexing your body at every given moment. Okay. Well, I was very fat. I was like this. I was like this. I was like, and then I blocked her way, and then she said like, get out. No, nhưng mà it's actually in Vietnamese, and it sounds very aggressive, and it sounds very hurtful to my feelings. You're gonna cry. uh, she said, chắn gà. Well, of course, aggressive, more aggressive than that. And I realized that, oh, I have nothing. I am completely powerless to this because you know why? I created my own reality when, shit goes a little bit better in my life. So I would actually live in this actual real life. I create a digital world to live in the real world because the real world is so hard to deal with. To get away from all the pain, I imagine myself living in this imagination world, and she just come and fucking power slap. Is that how they do it? What the fuck? Fucking power slap championship out of existence. My digital world. Fuck you. Kill yourself. Nobody loves you. You driving 16 kilometers at school. Your grades are failing, even though it doesn't look like it. You have no friends, even though you do. Kill yourself, basically. I was detrimental. I realized that I have no power to this. And then I will give more instant. So after a while, through all that, put that on my past. I will not. I will not go into the story of CM Row because that's gonna fucking took another 5 minutes. So I just gonna go to this the drive situation. What is the drive situation, guys? I actually never tell you about the drive situation in this channel. I think. Well, in the summer, I was some bright kid. I am. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about who I am actually because I'm not the type of person to, what people in Vietnamese usually do when they study at the high school or secondary school. They will actually go to a study center after the main classes in school in the school time after school hours. I think that's how you say it. After school hours, after school ends, they will go to study center or the teacher's house to study extra, and then they will pay either the company or some shit or pay the teacher so that they can shh, I give you the power of magic. They are going to get study material, of course, and some secret tips, and it's it's very sketchy because if you be able to pay someone to teach you, which they already did in school, Of course, maybe they're gonna try teaching in school less effectively, which I'm not. I'm not accusing anybody of teaching less effectively. So the student will be more convinced to oh, maybe I should you know pay more money, so I will be better. And most of the case is that because if you actually go in my country and you ask any student if their class go study extra, like majority of the people are gonna say like yes, most of the people go study extra after class, because that's usually how people actually graduate and actually pass classes. It's much easier to do so because you're gonna sprinkle in some magic tape, bro, and fucking magic. Ooh, yeah. And somehow maybe just maybe they will know what will be on the test, or just give you a little hint. I don't know. It's just the magic of money. Congratulations, you pay me. And why do I need to tell you about any of this? I'm actually don't have any money. The fuck did that sound, bro? As you already tell, I am broke. I'm pretty, grateful for the position that I have right now in my life with money. I am much better now than myself from the maybe 3 years ago. Much better. We're not in debt anymore. Shit is going well. But I still don't have money. I'm not that rich. You get the point. So I realized that, oh, this is how society works. No. The poor pay the rich. The rich get more powerful and they sprinkle a little bit power. Let you taste a little bit of power. Yeah, take that. Like a little dog you are. I grab the meat. You cannot get into the table. This table is too tall for you. For your little power. Okay? You give me money, I put a leash on you. I put the food in your mouth. What the fuck is this? But you get it's a demonstration of it. Oh no, society actually works on money. Holy shit, man, this is so sad. I probably will do the same if I were them. Because as previously I tell you, I actually don't think that something is completely right or wrong. They are both. Because to them, they are supporting a family of five. Maybe they are, giving money to charity. You can see through YouTube. Mr. Beast. Even though he is not a god, he is a human being. He's does many mistakes. Some fucking base game incident. He stays silent because he let the truth speak for itself. That he is not a god. He is a human being, and you will be the desire factor. And even his power is too much. Even though he is doing the bad thing, not everyone is against it. How can one fight against a million? Strength by number. And again, he is doing a good thing. If you don't decide to support him, he will not support anyone. But you are going to decide to support him. Or maybe you don't, but that doesn't really matter because he got millions of people supporting him. So maybe you know if you manage to get it a large number, like probably 10 million people. That is a lot of people, by the way. 10 million people is like my fucking Ho Chi Minh City. 10 million people. A fucking city to, you know, go against him and hate him for the thing he does. You're not gonna do shit. I'm just gonna say it. You're not gonna do shit. Because it's like, you know, Walter White situation. Gus Fring cannot kill Walter White because he have value, he have power. You are nothing without me. You need me. You know, you get it? So I understand. So you know, I want to be better. I don't want to let society and you know people thinking and how people act nowadays control me like a dog. Oh, dance for me, dolls. I just spit everywhere. Congratulations. So you know, I was finding ways to actually self-study effectively in my own budget. And one of the way is buying study material from online supplies. Oh, very sketchy, yes. But I'm just gonna say this because this is very silly. So you know, I buy a study material, you know, one of these shit from the internet, from Facebook specifically. They have already given me permission into their Google Drive. You know, they share me their Google Drive, and in those file, all the study material. They have shared me that, so I got the ability to you know download this shit already. They just give me the gun. They say, hey, okay, you give me money, thank you. Here's your gun. I grab the gun and yay, I have gun. And you know, I didn't. I just download the map file because I don't want to overload my fucking PC with you know files. Because you know it's a lot of study material, so you know I said to myself like, why would I you know take back my gun when they have already given me my gun? It's right here. So you know, I was like, yeah, so just put that thing on Google Drive. Whenever I want to use it, I will use it. So I just download the map file, and a few months later, they have removed my permission from the other two files that I actually use my money to purchase, which is the chemistry and history and actually physics as well. So that's 3 files which they have taken from me, which I have already brought from them. I was like, why you do this? Why? Just why? Now, you know, like it's like me flying my gun, you know. Oh, thank you. Oh, I have my gun here, you know. I can shoot you, but you trust me with it, so you know. Thank you, thank you. So I have used this. I have my phone. Here's my gun. Take back your gun. Can you hold this for me when I need to use it? And then they hold my gun, and they decide to shoot me. What? This is completely silly, brother. Like, if you want to shoot me, why don't you just, you know, when I give you the money, shoot me. What the it's like I'm being toyed with. It's like, here's your money. Okay. My gun. This is a gun. Here's your money. Okay. And I gonna grab my gun. And I have a gun now. I can shoot you. But I won't. That's why I could download the file. But, I don't. Why do I need to do that? Because I have my gun here. Okay? Since you didn't shoot me when I give you the money, I trust you. So here, hold my gun. Whenever I have to use it, I will, call you. And they grab my gun and they shoot me. What was that for? What? And in the end, at the end of the day, who is, down money and doesn't have the free the free other fucking study resource that I actually bought? Me. Only because I trusted somebody. I realized how a fool I am. Even though it's not entirely their mistake, I actually contact them later and tell them about the situation. Like, hey, can you share me the files again because I lost, connection to it. They didn't answer. They see my message and they didn't decide to do the right thing. Because this is silly. Because why would they do this? Why would they rip up a fucking poor student, which they have already given me the chance to download it? Why would they? I don't know, bro. Yeah. Let me sit. I didn't do anything wrong. But again, I am punished by the world. Only because of what? Only because I didn't get my goal off every fucking moment. Only because I trust them. Only because I wasn't powerful enough. What do you mean by power? It is power. If I was more knowledgeable, if I was more powerful, if I was more educated, I would have downloaded it. I would have, even buy a USB port and put the file in the USB. But I didn't. Only because I trust them once again. Because I was so kind. Like anything else. So what did we learn? If you put anything in the table, on the table with somebody else, you better expecting it will be gone. If you putting, your trust in somebody, you must have, you know, ways with dealing with it. You must have the benefit. I give you money, you give me study material. I will make sure that I protect these things so you will not take away from me. It's silly. It's just like a delusional boy loving a girl again. It's just like I love her. Maybe she loved me back. Maybe. There's no reason to, discontinue this imagination. And I, I suggest you do not do that as well, but just think differently. The world forced me to be a tool. I didn't choose this. I want to be kind now and help people. So now I now gonna hurt people for what they did for me. No, that shit boring as fuck. And you have to cover up that shit too. So yeah, I think I'm not gonna take that course. But you need to know how to harm somebody to protect them. Do the opposite. It's like I know how to make them completely powerless. In my mind at the time, by downloading the files and make them completely powerless is like out of the option because I was it was a silly thing to do. Now, first of all, second of all, I don't want to go to that much length because I think it will they trust me, which they didn't. But I trust them because I give them money and they give me things. Trust is the last thing you ever see before you fucking die. Or it's not like I'm not trusting people now. I just know the consequences. I just know that at any moment I could flip the knife back to my chest.
the knife that I gave them, the only trust that I gave them, they will flip it back and stab into my chest. Unintentionally or intentionally, I don't really care because at the end of the day, the one who gets stabbed is me. So, I realized at that moment that I realized that I must be stronger. I must know how to protect myself. How to protect myself? I must know how to harm people. I must know that there are consequences, small, big, but there will be consequences, just like the consequence they have. The consequence when they take away the thing that I buy from them is a furious boy, a poor and furious boy, and determined to not let that happen once again. Good for them. Good for him. We got him up his fucking $2. Now we got a hitman on our back, waiting for any moment to strike. Some people would go into that extension, but I'm too lazy. I probably won't, hack them. I probably won't hunt them down and do some stupid shit. But it's actually very inspire me of the loopholes of this internet thing. How we can be God in this internet thing. How they know, how the power know that we are going to stop them, how the power will keep in power, then they will keep the weak be weak. I accept to be weak because I know that I probably won't be powerful enough to be that level. That's just an illusion of power. You're not really in control. But isn't that the reason that we will, give them a weapon that they can stab us? No. You have to try. You have to find out. You have to go here and you see who you have created to know what is coming. Being weak is not equal as not knowing how to protect yourself. Because education is hell of a weapon. If you are one educated person, you are very strong. Even if you are weak, even if they are the one in control, they are the one in power, they are the one can, stomp on this fucking ant. The powerless ant you are. Even though you are educated, you can still be attacked by them. But you can find maneuvers and there's always a way. And they stomp one ant, and what will happen? another will come. Because you know what? Education can be spread. One educated man will not do a thing, of course. But 2, 3, 10, 100, 1,000, 1 million, 10 million, who are aware that they are being manipulated, how they are very vulnerable to those who are in power. They will realize that I do not accept this. How can I just live a normal life and I just randomly one day cross paths with someone who is much more powerful and rich than myself, and the legal system support them but not me, because you're no one. You're just a good man, but a good man does not mean an alive man, because you're dead to them. The legal system will support the rich and the powerful. And then you will be targeted, because just because you cross paths with them, it's completely unavoidable. But if you were educated, if you were being able to speak, if you were be able of teaching, of advocating, of speaking, we live in an age where media is a thing. Of course, it can corrupt your speech, but it gives a greater chance of making out there to many who will listen, and they will be educated like you. You may fall. The powerful may not die, but many weaklings, they will understand. Many weaklings that they're gonna wake up and they realize that they need to know how to protect themselves. Well, I give you some examples so it's not too vague. The most understandable, case right here is case right now is the P Diddy case, fucking Epstein. What do I call Epstein case? I didn't research too much, but people who are intelligent actually, step up to argue, to question the powerful. P Diddy have power. He didn't, go to jail. He didn't, just he just got out free. Only because he was powerful, he can get away with all this. Even though to his victims maybe this is completely unfair, but they are silenced by his power. But the people who are educated see this situation and they will speak. They will make people around them understand that there are those injustices in this world and you need to protect it yourself, because what you see, what you can hear through media is maybe a cover up of a bigger, more powerful, more controlling, more rich individual or organization. There's always two sides to the story. Right? Hero, villain, or in those cases, which I tell you, I don't know, victims and the rich, and in Epstein case, victims and the U.S. government. And even though if you are not a victim, I mean, like, if you know somebody doing something wrong, is do something about it. Justice system, I don't know. You need to speak up. They're not gonna let somebody kill somebody in front of your face. And even if you know, you know that he killed somebody and there's clearly proof and evidence, you're gonna say, get him to jail. That's common sense. And you know, one of the recent case that is very relate to me is Roblox, because I actually played Roblox for all my childhood, and now fucking Roblox is defending pedophile apparently. You know, scrap, 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 scraps, 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 right? Yeah. His name is Scraps. Scraps. Yeah, Scraps. I don't fucking know how to pronounce it. Scraps is a wise man. He know that he cannot individually fight up this multi-billionaire company Roblox. So he spoke up, man. He speak. He tweet about it, and he say he shared his point of view, and we see the situation and we understand the truth. See, because if he were do it, he were to do it all alone, he probably won't win. But with our support, he will have a greater chance of winning. Only then, since he spoke up about it, he educated people about the situation and how he is not wrong, exposing the facts, that many people starting to get on the thing. Fucking US states start suing the Roblox company. So who am I? I don't know. Your story spoke for itself. Know how to speak. And also know that you are human. I am very human. I'm very down to earth. I know that you can shoot me in the head. and I'm very kind about it. But after you shot me, and I didn't die, I will learn to let to not let you shoot me again. I will learn to speak up. I will learn to educate people about your tactics, your shenanigans, what you have done. I might die, but thousands of people, millions of people will fight for me. It's in my blood. Back in the old days when we used to have wars, I mean, we do have wars still. I don't know what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. Are they, are they cool now? But back in like the Vietnam War, or some shit, we stood around in our country, and even though with a superior force, fucking helicopters, fucking B-2 bomber, fucking poison bomb and bombs and tanks, superior power clearly. But we say like, hey, you can kill me. We say to the US like, hey, you can kill me, but another will come for you. You can kill us men, but other men will come for you, and you will kill them too, and more will come until there are none of us left. And if there is any trace of existence, we will remember what you did to us, and we will come for you again and again and again. The hatred cycle continues. Because from my view, I was the one who is right to defend my country. So yeah, you see the result. Since we fight so bravely, since we have that mindset, the US retreat because the people in US see how their son who was deployed in Vietnam fighting for their life for no reason at all, because some angry man hate some other angry man, I don't know, and we want him dead, I guess. Or some greed, warp, angriness. That just some powerful man that angry, that is the reason to their son's death for no reason. So they spoke up about it, and US retreat and left us alone. So, what is the lesson? Stood your ground. Know how to protect yourself. Be kind. Because I'm kind anyway. Come on. I'm so cute. Shut the fuck up, bro. And if you can, be great. Teach people, educate people, and teach them how to protect themselves. Teach them to have ground teach them how to stood their grounds and fight for their purpose. Teach them that there is more after that, that their purpose is greater than their life. Some purpose. A man can die, but his ideas lives on. A man will die. How the song go again? A man will die, not his idea. Happy nation, living in a happy nation, where the people situation. Alright, that's all the video for today. What the fuck? I don't usually make this video because why would I yap for 1 hour? But oh well.